This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
He didn't just show us a badge. He said, I'm real deal, I'm legit. I need to know the information.
Right now at 6 o'clock, a couple says they were alarmed to learn a state lawmaker was in their neighborhood claiming to be law enforcement. Call 6 Investigates is tracking new details in this case.
Nicole Griffin tonight on the west side where thieves are targeting local businesses. The surveillance images they want you to see.
It was one of the worst cases I've ever seen.
A mice-infested apartment and a landlord who won't do anything. Why the health department is getting involved.
First at 6 o'clock tonight, new details involving a state lawmaker accused of drunk driving and impersonating law enforcement.
Tonight, a couple says Indianapolis Democratic Representative Dan Forrestal flashed a badge and claimed he was looking for drug dealers.
Call 6 Chief Investigator Rafael Sanchez broke the story at noon and brings us what's unfolding at 6.
He didn't just show us a badge. He said, I'm real deal, I'm legit. I need to know the information.
James McGuire says he was walking with his fiancée and 2-year-old when state lawmaker Dan Forrestal showed them a badge in their South Franklin Road neighborhood on Saturday night.
He approached us and said that he was looking for drug dealers to turn in because today was his last day to turn in a drug dealer or the feds were going to come and raid our whole entire neighborhood. That seemed very fishy to me.
When he drove off, McGuire took these pictures of the red vehicle the man was driving and called 911 at 9:04 p.m. to report a police impersonator.
I've seen a lot of police officers in my days, and he just never 1 second screamed police officer.
McGuire is an Uber driver, and it just happens that he drove to the Blue Moon Bar and Grill on Saturday night, where yet again he ran into Forrestal. He says Forrestal did not recognize him, but he remembered the car and the man.
He walks up to me as well and says, hey, would you happen to know where to get some party favors?
McGuire says he believed Forrestal, who's a lawmaker and Indianapolis firefighter, was looking for drugs. And from the bar, McGuire called 911 on his cell phone once again, this time at 11:39 p.m. Minutes later, Metro Police pulled over Forrestal, and the police report shows the vehicle license plate matches the one McGuire photographed in his neighborhood.
To go as far as asking people for drugs and impersonating a police, he didn't just show us a badge. He said, I'm real deal, I'm legit. I need to know the information. That's not making a mistake. That's you acting outside of your jurisdiction as a firefighter, as a lawmaker, as a citizen, period.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Thanks, Rafael. And Call 6 Investigates emailed and left a voicemail with Forrestal and has yet to hear a response. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office formally charged Forrestal today on several criminal charges, including impersonation of a public servant, resisting law enforcement, and operating a vehicle while intoxicated. A hearing on this case has not been scheduled. The prosecutor will be seeking a special prosecutor in this case since Forrestal has made contributions to Prosecutor Terry Curry and worked as a campaign volunteer.
Tonight, several West Side business owners are fed up and feeling the impact of a brazen crime. They've been targeted by thieves who have made off with hundreds of dollars worth of products and left behind thousands of dollars worth of damage. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is working for you with a call to action and sharing the surveillance images that could help catch the crooks.
There he is with the brick. Boom.
Twice in the last month, thieves broke the front door at Tilbury's Vape and Elixirs on West Washington Street.
It's terrible, especially when it's all the businesses down Washington Street are having the same problem.
William Tilbury just opened the store this year. He showed us the surveillance video of the most recent break-in.
They do it the exact same way. They come up to the door and they'll sit out front for a little bit and then they'll knock on the door to see if someone comes up. No one comes up, then they'll grab something and smash out the door where they can reach in and unlock it.
The thieves also smashed the glass display cases and got away with a PlayStation, vape pens, and even the cash register.
They come running in, and within a couple minutes, they do thousands of dollars in damage.
Right across the street from the vape shop at Fred's Auto Repair, criminals are also targeting this business. The owner says he can no longer leave vehicles outside because the criminals either try to bust out the windows or steal the vehicle.
It hurts business. I can't bring jobs in.
Crime is something Fred Frazier has been dealing with for the last 10 years. He's even lost a nephew over it who was sleeping outside trying to protect the shop.
I gave him a cell phone to somebody comes in, gets under the cars, and call police. Well, he fell asleep. They drug him out of the car and murdered him out back.
Now, years later, Fred either sleeps at the shop or brings everything inside to avoid being targeted. His neighbors, though, continue to get hit by thieves.
Liquor lady, she's been hit 4 or 5 times. Like the O'Reilly guys told you, they've been robbed. It's terrible.
Working for you on the west side, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And according to the police report and surveillance video, the suspects appear to be 2 males in their early teens or late 20s. If you know who they are, you're asked to contact police. We are following a developing story from Beech Grove right now. The fire department says they're responding to a carbon monoxide incident at Elmco Engineering on the 6100 block of Churchman Bypass near I-465. We're told at least 7 employees were taken to hospitals, but they are expected to be okay. You'll want to look for updates on the IndyChannel.com and the RTV6 app.
Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. Showers are starting to pop up, and we've even had a few reports of funnel clouds today, but no severe weather is expected tonight. Storm Team 6 meteorologist Kyle Mounts is here to sort it all out. Kyle.
Yeah, and Amanda, that photo of the funnel cloud that came in this afternoon, that was a little after 2 o'clock around Rossville. Haven't had any additional reports, and those are not associated with severe weather and typically don't reach the ground here. You can see where there is a marginal risk of some stronger storms around Peru toward Hartford City, just north of Marion, Indiana. But most of us just dealing with an isolated shower here or there on Storm Team 6 radar. A couple of those have popped up in northern Monroe County. They're sliding to the east here into northern Brown County, approaching 135. And you can also see crossing Indiana 9 there just south of Alexandria, another brief shower moving through. Downtown, we've got some sunshine mixed in with those clouds. Our temperature, a toasty 88 degrees. It's 85 for you in Bloomington. And that breeze helping us a little bit to stir up that warmer air. As we go through the next few hours, those temperatures dipping down into the lower 70s with partly cloudy skies.
Mice infestation in an apartment complex on the northeast side won't make the necessary repairs and get rid of the mice in one family's unit. Now the health department is threatening to sue if they don't take action by tomorrow. RTV6's Stephanie Wade explains.
How many mice do you think you found?
I don't know, because they're still in there, 10 to 15.
Mice, roaches, and mold. That is what Courtney Holland has been living with since last year. She first noticed a mouse last October in her new Parkwoods apartment on the northeast side, has been begging managers to exterminate and make the necessary health code repairs. But they have not fixed the problems. She contacted the Marion County Health Department. They've been out twice and cited the landlord both times, as seen in these documents, and has since gotten an attorney. A regional manager wouldn't tell me if they would do anything to make the apartment habitable again, saying, quote, "This is a confidential matter that is being handled between the management team."
This is America, one of the richest countries in the world, and people should not have to live in conditions like that. And then to have someone sit up there and disregard letters from the Board of Health, who is supposed to enforce this kind of stuff, that is a travesty. A travesty.
The Marion County Health Department has notified the manager and owner of the apartment complex and says they'll be back out here on the 15th. And if repairs are not made, they'll sue. Working for you tonight, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And once you file a complaint with your local health department, someone will be sent out to inspect the property. They will report their findings and set a time frame. The landlord has to fix those violations. The inspector will come back to the property to make sure the health violations have been corrected. If they have not, the health department can fine the landlord. We will stay on top of this to see what the health department finds tomorrow.
Tonight, RTV6 is working for you and getting results. Remember these pictures we showed you Friday in Broad Ripple? It's a turn so tight due to changes made made for the Indigo Red Line that vehicle after vehicle had to drive up onto the curb to make the turn at College and Broad Ripple Avenues. Today we learned from Indigo that they've told their construction team to remove a couple of the pole dividers to increase the turn radius. We'll continue to monitor that intersection to see if this helps. We're also working for you and staying on top of a smelly problem on the north side. Today we found crews doing regrading work around a drained pond in the Castleton Farms neighborhood near 75th and Shadeland. But the dead fish left behind are still there, just not as visible today, according to our photographer. The pond was drained for a drainage project. Pending the weather, the Department of Public Works says dredging will be done this week, and it's expected all the fish will be removed by the end of the week. Remember, it is our mission to work for you. If you aren't getting the answers you deserve, reach out to us by emailing us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Sexual misconduct awareness needs to be brought in our school. Things need to be taught. People need to be accounted for.
A Hendricks County school board is facing tough questions from parents about how it handles sexual misconduct allegations involving a teacher and coach.
Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny is working for you to get answers to those questions.
She joins us now with what parents and taxpayers say needs to change. Kara.
Mark and Amanda, parents in the Northwest Hendricks County School Corporation say the district needs to create a policy that prevents students from being alone with an adult teacher, staff member, or coach.
It's something that a lot of parents have spoken about passionately. It needs to be handled. We need protocols in place. There should be no situation that a young teen is left alone with an adult male. Why was there not a protocol for that? Unfortunately, our school system does not have the proper protocols that we need.
Now, this outrage comes after Call 6 Investigates told you about Stacy Lewis and her tort claim against the district. She says her 17-year-old daughter was molested by Tri-West football coach and teacher Tyler Bruce in his own classroom. At least 7 people spoke out at Tuesday night's school board meeting in support of the family. The school board voted unanimously last month to keep Tyler Bruce on staff. The teacher and coach is under criminal investigation but has not been charged, and he denies the allegations. Tyler Bruce remains on paid leave, but parents are concerned that he could come back to school.
I sure hope that it's made at least somebody think, because the outcome, the decision is ridiculous. Not only to us parents, but to the students.
Call 6 Investigates sent an email this morning to the school board asking whether it has any plans to change its decision on Bruce and if they're looking at changing any of their policies. We're still waiting to hear back. Now, parents also say the school needs to notify parents sooner about any sexual misconduct allegations involving their children. Stacy Lewis says she did not find out until the Indiana Department of Child Services told her they were investigating. Mark and Amanda.
Kara Kenny for us tonight. Now still ahead here at 6, more than 1,000 jobs that need to be filled right here in central Indiana.
The company that wants you and the benefits it offers coming up.
Colts and Browns round up day one of their joint workouts up here in Westfield. A lot of Colts fans, obviously, and some Browns fans as well. And some that didn't have to come all that far. You guys are from Westfield, right?
That's right. Yep.
How does that happen? Andrew Luck, by the way, also here in a non-practice capacity. To tell you more coming up.
And you might want to plan a little extra travel time tomorrow morning as we're looking at more additional fog developing as we head into your Thursday. We'll take an hour-by-hour look at the rest of the day. You're watching RTV6 News at 6.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Amazon wants to hire more than 1,000 Hoosiers to fill full-time jobs at its new fulfillment center in Greenwood. The facility at the Worthsville Road exit off I-65 is set to open next month. Employees are needed to receive inventory, pick up and ship customer orders, and more. Amazon's minimum wage is $15 an hour. In addition to employees will receive health care benefits, a 401k, paid parental leave, and tuition assistance. You must be at least 18 to apply and have a high school diploma or the equivalent. You can find the link to apply on this story on the IndyChannel.com.
Classroom to Career is part of our Hiring Hoosiers initiatives, connecting students with programs that could lead them to a job one day. And today we are focusing on one of the largest youth development programs in the nation, preparing Indiana youth for careers in a wide range of topics. 4-H offers members the opportunity to be involved in many different projects, including livestock. Members involved in 4-H that compete with livestock are responsible for taking care of the animals, keeping them healthy, and preparing them for shows. I spoke with 4-H members who have been involved in the program since they were young kids. They say along with these important lessons, 4-H also builds character, teaches responsibility, leadership, and business skills, noting that people involved in the program have a lot of options for their future.
There are good career paths that you can build off of. Showing livestock or even doing poster projects that involve you with some sort of agricultural science.
There is no limit to the number of projects students can be involved in, so if they want to try livestock and environmental science projects, they can do both. 4-H programs are available in all 92 counties in Indiana. Students can join when they start 3rd grade. Kyle.
And we've had another great day to be out at the Indiana State Fair, Amanda. We had a lot of sunshine mixed in with some clouds. Nice to see the sun for a change. Now, you notice as we look into parts of Ohio and northeastern Indiana, have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings there, but those are storms that are going to continue to move away from us. We've had just a couple of showers, and even those are struggling here to make their way into portions of Delaware County and along I-69 east of Alexandria. One more shower that's pretty much falling apart at this point also just to the northwest of Nashville. Downtown, we find a mix of sun and clouds out there, 88 degrees with that humidity at 40%. A little bit of a west to northwest breeze. That will start to relax here as we go through the next couple of hours. But Indy, one of the warmer spots, also on the toasty side in Bedford at 89 degrees, but you're a cooler 82 in Crawfordsville and 86 degrees right now in Muncie and around Ball State. We've got temperatures tonight that will slide back into the lower half of the 60s, 62 degrees in Lafayette, 64 in the city, and yeah, we'll have some of that patchy fog. Could be on the thick side tomorrow morning, so watch out for that and just allow a little bit of extra travel time. As we plan out your Thursday, temperatures the first half of the day, 60s to middle 70s, and we would expect the afternoon those numbers to really warm up. That is not going to be the case here as we go through tomorrow. We'll top out around 80 degrees. Still going to be a little bit on the muggy side, though, even though we'll have some cooler temperatures around and even into the upper 70s around Logansport, Kokomo at 79 degrees tomorrow afternoon, Shelbyville, Martinsville at 81, so should be fairly comfortable here. Your numbers even around Bedford and Seymour in the lower 80s, and our average high around 84 degrees. Friday will also be into the lower 80s, but look at what happens as we go into the upcoming weekend. Things are going to turn quite a bit warmer and back to around 90 degrees here by Sunday. Now, it does come with an increasing chance for a few showers and thunderstorms as well. Just an isolated shower, about a 20% chance on Friday. But as we put TrueCast in motion here, we go through the second half of our Saturday. That's probably the best chance right now, I would say, over the weekend of seeing any rainfall. Certainly not going to be a washout here. And then as we go into Sunday, another chance that we could see a few of those showers. That rain chance about 30%. 7-day planning forecast as we put it all together here for you. And there's that warm up. 80 degrees tomorrow, 81 on Friday, and then around 90 degrees for the weekend. We're also going to ramp up that humidity with those storm chances, so it is going to feel pretty tropical out there. We'll keep the warmth going into early next week and small chances for rain.
All right.
Feeling tropical.
Yeah.
I like it.
Muggy.
Thank you, Kyle. The Colts just wrapping up their first joint practice with the Browns at Grand Park in Westfield.
Dave First joins us there live. Hey, Dave.
And pretty much skirmish free. That's always the worry for a lot of these NFL head coaches whenever they decide to pair up and have a couple of practices like that. They don't want any fighting. There was a small skirmish involving Colts backup running back Dante Foreman. Hand fighting at best right now. Really, day 2 is when you see some of the skirmishes really pick up. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Remember, it's a 2-day session. Day 1 today, day 2 tomorrow. Then camp breaks. Day off on Friday, and the Colts host the Cleveland Browns coming up Saturday at Lucas Oil Stadium. This practice just wrapped up. Take a look at all the autograph seekers down there, getting a great opportunity for T.Y. Hilton. Even Andrew Luck, who, yes, he was here, but dressed in a T-shirt and shorts and did not practice. But this place, take a look at this video, completely packed with Browns fans, as you might imagine. In fact, it's been packed, really, fan-wise, all month long. But I would call this 50-50, really. Browns fans to Colts fans. Some of them transplanted from Cleveland, but a lot made the drive from areas like Dayton, Cincinnati, Akron, Canton, you name it. There's a lot of buzz around the Browns franchise, and these fans they're eating it up, all right. You brought the kids.
Right, yeah. So when
It's a short drive from Cincinnati.
It is a pretty short drive, yeah. Any chance we get to see our Brownies, we are on the road and doing it. So when he was a little boy and Brady Quinn got drafted by the Browns, he said, I'm forever a Browns fan, and so we haven't turned back. So there's an Indiana connection a little bit.
But there were some lean years for Browns fans. How do you guys keep the momentum in it?
There's something about an underdog mentality that just kind of sticks with our DNA or something. Right. But we were actually thinking about breaking out the Here We Go Brownies chant.
I remember back in Kent in the 80s, you would literally park. You park in the same parking lot as the players and walk up. And, I've got a picture sitting on a bench with a lineman on either side. They're taping their own hands before practice. That was the type of, up close and personal that you could get.
Now, non-fan division here. A lot of stories obviously circling around Andrew Luck and that left leg last night. Colts GM Chris Ballard saying they're concentrating now on his ankle, not necessarily the left calf. A lot of fans, though, I've heard from, you guys are freaking out about this, but ran into a former Colts running back, Mike Summers, had a cup of coffee with the team back in the 80s. He's a fan now and has this advice.
I think it's going to be fine. I think that Andrew, they're being very cautious with Andrew. I don't think that it's really a big deal. A high ankle sprain is pretty much almost like having a fractured ankle or something like that. So I think that the more cautious they are with it, the better we're going to be. I think Andrew's going to be just fine.
You're pretty level-headed.
Yeah.
I don't know if all Colts fans are level-headed about this, though.
Well, as an athlete, as a former athlete, I kind of understand the process.
Yeah.
And he's a smart guy. He's very cerebral.
Yep.
He's in great shape. So I just don't think it's going to be a big deal.
I'll tell you what, Jacoby Brissett, the backup, looked really good in spite of the injury to Andrew Luck. Bunch of Browns fans are sticking around for tomorrow's practice as well. Stick around. Meanwhile, the News at 6 continues after this.
Comfortable temperatures for us the next couple of days, and most of us are going to be dry through the end of the week. As we head into the weekend, about a 30% chance of a shower or storm, and it gets a little bit warmer with those highs around 90 degrees.
Up next here on Channel 6 is World News with David Muir.
And we'll be back here at 7. See you then.